Recommends approval of loan facility for the purchase of vehicles for MPs in spite of the public outcry.
Speaker of Parliament refers the conduct of Asen Central MP Kennedy Agyapong to the Privileges Committee following his incitement against multimedia journalist Erastus Asare-Donkor.
And in business, this evening, government to mobilize over 3 billion cedis in revenue annually from the Ghana.gov electronic platform.
On the international front, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa says an expanded deployment of the military was being explored after days of looting and violence.
We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on Free News.com. Let's get into issues this evening. As Parliament's Finance Committee has recommended a discontinuation of the current loan agreement for members of Parliament and members of the Council of State. Now, this decision was reached after the Finance Committee met to deliberate on the Finance Minister's $28 million loan agreement to purchase vehicles for the 275 members of Parliament. Now, the committee, in its recommendations yet to be put before the House, is saying that the MPs and members of the Council of State should have duty post vehicles. That's a new one to this. And that arrangement as other Article 71 office holders. Now, the committee also recommends that Parliament and the Parliamentary Service Board takes the necessary steps to ensure that this happens. The committee further said the current loan agreement before the House for MPs and Council of State members should therefore be the last the state is sponsoring. This recommendation, the committee says, is born out of the public outcry and discontent raised by sections of the public as the loan agreement was laid before Parliament. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance is also requesting a tax waiver of $13.38 million for the purchase of the 275 vehicles for the members of Parliament and members of the Council of State for the period of 2021 to 2024. So the recommendation is that this is the last MP's car loan we're going to see. That's a recommendation. In addition to this is that $13.3 million tax waiver that the Finance Ministry is seeking on the purchase of these 275 vehicles for members of Parliament with the car loan. I'm going to give you the details of what this tax waiver, the $13.3 million, what it entails. Import duty, they want it off. Import get fund levy, also, that's what you see on your screens there. Import NHIL, they want it off. Exim levy, import VAT, COVID-19 recovery levy, special import levy, ECOWAS levy, AU levy, inspection fees, withholding tax, that's the ITS tax deposit. They want all of this off. This is what the details of the tax waiver that amounts to $13.3 million the Finance Ministry wants off the purchase of these 275 vehicles for members of Parliament. But there's another concern, because the alternative that the MPs want in place of their car loan is for the state to provide vehicles for them. Okay, now we're going to go into the state coffers to provide vehicles for the members of Parliament. This goes to bring up another concern, because already, if you look at the Article 71 office holders, as captured in the Constitution, the state is providing vehicles for justices of the Superior Court, 168, Ministers and Deputy Ministers, 84. Council of State,